When my mom first told me that we are going to move to Canada, I was just so scared that I'm going to a different school system and speaking a different language.
How am I gonna talk to those people? How am I gonna adapt to them?
Kind of the unknown, fear of the unknown.
New language, new friends.
I didn't make any friends at all because I looked different than them.
We felt isolated from the world even though we were there, you know. It's like we were right there around people, though we felt really apart.
It was hard at the beginning to make friends without nobody knowing who you are. They don't know your background. So he started talking about me with his friends in Arabic. They were really saying bad words. I didn't really want to make him know that I speak Arabic until I know what else he's gonna say about me.
I often find that with kids, when they first start in the program, everything's so new to them and they're not quite sure where they fit in. The really cool thing I get to witness is a lot of students kind of get to come out of their shell and they get to really be confident in the person they are.
This day, he was with his friends sitting together. They were talking about me too. Then I went to him and asked him a question in Arabic. He was really shocked. I can see his eyes. He was like stuck staring at me. I can tell he would faint. I mean, they were talking about me for this whole week. They thought that I don't understand it. And he started like saying sorry, I didn't really mean it. And okay, I just accept his apology. Then after that we became really good friends.
I used to cry every single morning because I was like, I have to go to school, but I have to put in junior high, you have to put your bag in your locker. And in high school, you don't have to. So I was like, now what I do, I have to open the locker and I cannot ask anyone for help as well because I don't know how to ask. So I used to go half an hour before school starts because I used to share my locker with someone. So I thought when the girl will come, when she will open her locker for herself, I will put my stuff in. So that was the biggest struggle.
We predominantly help with helping students build social emotional skills and just social skills that are relevant to living in Canada. So a lot of students might be born in Canada and their parents might have immigrated from another country, or some kids might immigrate themselves from a different country. And we really help in that transition with kind of understanding Canadian culture and how things work in Canada. And we give kids opportunity to do different Canadian things that they might not have done in a different countries.
In the first week of our arrival, we wanted to register my youngest son in school. So there is a CBE placement test, and there we met a few settlement agents. One of them was working with the Calgary Bridge Foundation. Basically, she was the first friendly face we've seen in Calgary. When we arrived here, we didn't have any connections to our community, or we didn't know anyone, we didn't have friends. So it was very helpful to have her, and she was very encouraging.
At Bridge, we give them the opportunity to be who they are and accept who they are. And once they know that we are happy with who they are, no matter where they came from or what they do, they flourish in that role. And they jump at opportunities to showcase that to everyone else that they can. And so as a result, you see them stepping up in school more often, stepping into leadership roles, being more active in their schools, being more active in their communities. And so it's really cool to see students kind of, once they figure out like who they want to be, or they are confident in knowing that they are who they are and people will love them for that no matter what, they just be who they are and they excel in tremendous ways.
To help them settle and understand the culture, this is something Calgary Bridge Foundation can do easily for them, and linking them to positive role models and positive engagement because most of the young people who engage in negative aspects of engagement negatively in the community, this is as a result of isolation and lack of integration. So basically, good integration is what we need for our kids, and this is a place where can help youth integrate in the right way.
If you don't have friends or you have struggled to fit into the Canadian community, Calgary Bridge Foundation is the place you should go to.
I have been to places that I've never thought I would be. I mean, without this program, I wouldn't even be right here now. I wouldn't be a peer mentor. I wouldn't be knowing all this.
It impacted my life a lot. You get lots of help. You get help with everything. Not for just like kids immigrant, it's like for parents, kids, and everyone.
It's like family, you know? They're my family because I've been with them for a really long time, and I feel like I can rely on them for catching me when I fall.
Seeing things practiced this way gives me a lot of motivation to do same to others.